What's up, everybody? It's time. UFC 318, Poirier versus Holloway. I am so stoked for this, everybody. Oh my God. It's Dick, Dictate the Day channel. And man, let's just get into it. Ho, 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 ho. Little music. Whoa! Let's go! Oh my God, everybody. Oh my God. All right, that's enough. I just thought music would be kind of fun for the moment. All right. Since this has been announced, I to be honest, I've just been filled with anxiety. Max Holloway, Dustin Poirier, some of my favorites. I love these guys. I'm almost 50 years old. I have been a fan, a practitioner, whatever, an enthusiast, even before their career. So I have followed their careers. I like them as people. Man, the fighting style, just everything is beautiful about what we're going to experience. I am so thankful that I am a part of this. At any level, you know what I mean? There's so many factors. There's so many details to the story this time. But what I've done is, for weeks now, I have been, following, researching. I just have so many questions. We'll get into, the headline stuff, but I thought what we do, as at normal, just go through all the card, early prelim, all that good stuff, just so we can, soak in the moment, if you will. All right, let me bring up this page. Let's see. Should I be at the top? Should I be at the bottom? We like it like that. We're gonna see what happens. Okay. All right. That is I like the color scheme. Those are some of my favorite colors. Like everything about this. I am just so, oh my goodness gracious sakes alive, everybody. Like, I don't even pay for UFCs a lot. I don't pirate them either. I may have in the past. But there's so many. All right, let's scroll on down here to the bottom. And this early prelims is going to start out with arguably, like, if you're, whatever they call it, a fair weather fan, you don't watch the UFC a lot, you may not know who these young ladies are. These pretty little ladies. But believe it or not, this could be a banger to start out the night. Saturday. Oh my God. Everybody, I can't tell you. It's just, I'm emotional about this whole thing. Guaranteed. Man. All right, let's just get into it. All right. I'm also going to apologize ahead of time about some of these names. Bro, I don't even. Sorry. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to kind of go through the prelim stuff a little fast. Not to say that I don't care, because I do. But I want to get into the meat and taters of this whole thing. You know what I mean? All right. This first fight, Carly and Nicole Calalari. Let's see here. Where are we dealing with? Brazil versus the United States. Like I was saying, both these girls can bang. Due to my research and, feeling the energy of this whole process, I really feel like the Carly Judice, or whatever that is, I feel like she is going to get it done. Multiple reasons, though. But a lot of it has to do with fight IQ. And I mean, they're both bangers. They're both in the big show. But yeah, I really feel like Carly is going to get this done. And it'd probably be a decision, but we'll see. We'll see. Maybe even a third round pulling her off. Probably due to some strikes because whoever initiated a takedown in that final round will probably be reversed due to fatigue, and then strikes will be raining down here from our American fighter, and the ref's going to pull it off. That's just what I'm seeing. Who knows? Who knows? Dick's Picks, everybody. That's what we're doing. The channel is Dictate the Day. Anytime I do a UFC prediction, we call it Dick's Picks. I thought it was funny. Dick pics, it's a thing. I've never sent one. Good thing cell phones weren't around when I was a teenager. That's all I'm saying. All right, next fight on the card. There's just something to be said about a guy who chooses, I'll say Jesus haircut. Long hair, it's such a chore when you're fighting. And also, no one's going to pull your hair I shouldn't say no one's going to pull your hair in an MMA fight, but because it is illegal. Stranger things have happened, and I have seen some ponytails and whatnot get kind of, whoops, my bad, I didn't know I did that, pulled your hair. But yeah, this guy looks a little bit like Jesus de Cristo. Bruno Fiera versus Jackson McVeigh, I think is how you say it. McVeigh. Bruno is kind of small for this weight class, I feel like. But, man, it doesn't really matter, and I don't think it's going to matter much in this altercation Saturday night. The Jesus dude, as you see there, is undefeated. I feel like, though, he will receive his first loss Saturday night. And, yeah, that might even happen by the second round. I don't know. It could be a grindy, bunch of strikes and then formed into a submission. But, yeah, I really think Bruno Fiera, however you say that, I apologize, is going to get that done. Okay, I'm so excited to get into the main card, y'all. Respect to everyone getting this, this dance of violence on Saturday night. But, man, I'm so ready. All right. Man, okay. I spent a little extra time researching the Ryan Spann. And, man, I am so sorry. Like, how do you pronounce... It looks like... the letters, it finished Lukasz. Lucchese. Brzezinski. I don't know. But I couldn't remember all the things from Ryan Spann. I didn't know much about this guy. Like, I did research last night and the day before on some of his stuff. But I was watching some of Ryan Spann's earlier fights, and I was like, oh, snapdragon, this dude, you know what I mean? But then as I got more recent in his fight history, I don't know. Some dudes get in the UFC, and then it's not their number one priority in life. And that's whatever journey you're on. I respect it. But I feel like, as of late, look, Ryan's got lots of miles on him. Heavyweights can take it deep into the time of said fight career because, the knockout power kind of stays with you. And for whatever reason, heavyweights are more durable. It's because they're big and heavy, I'm assuming. And then their genetics and stuff allow them to, receive punishment for longer periods in their life. But with that being said, I feel like Ryan Spann is just, he's not going to get it done. The Polish gentleman here, Lukasz Brzezinski, I feel like I said that right. I don't know though. Yeah. As I say, it's a fight. Anything can happen. But as of their most latest fights and the progression of their game, I still feel like, the Polish gentleman he's maturing, he's coming up, he's getting better in his game, and Span has just kind of stayed in his lane, and it was successful. But if you don't continue to grow with this fight game, people will find holes in your game if you don't potentially plug and add new information. And yeah. That was kind of a weird example, but you know what I mean. All right, let's move on up. Moving on up. Okay, man, you know what? Jimmy, man. Another Polish gentleman. I just have so much trouble with their names. I've said it multiple times. I love Australia. I love New Zealand. I love the accent. I love the people. I love the fighting style. I love it. I love the haka. I love, the indigenous island people. I love the whole thing. And I really want Jimmy to win. But I got a bad feeling about it, bro. And if I'm being honest, I don't know. It's probably another fight IQ thing. I'm looking at my notes here. I just really... Jimmy could have one of those nights, though, man. And crack right off. Bust him right in the choppers. Yeah. I would like him to win. But I don't think he's going to get that done. I just think the other guy is... He's basically going to manage his energy better, I feel like. And Jimmy's going to burn through his, and then we're going to watch him get picked apart. Unfortunately, I will say. I wish it was different. All right. I've been waiting this gentleman's name. Come on, man. Come on. Adam Fugit. You know what it looks like, though. You know it's good. Fuck it, y'all. Fuck it. I just think I'm a child. I know him. I apologize. And then you have Islam Dutilov, who, look at his record. What do we got there? 1-0-0. So not a lot of info on this guy. Man, he looks impressive. Looks like a superhero. Man. And he's Russian. So, that's another point towards the winning column these days. I just feel like on this one, go USA, but I think the younger gentleman's going to get it done. Once again, it's one of those things, lots of miles on a guy, which leads to more experience and can definitely get you through the damn thing. And sometimes it's the only way. But this Islam gentleman, I really feel like, it could be a breakout debut for this guy. From what I've seen on him, Adam, though, Fugit, he's got 10 fights, 4 losses. Hold on. Breaking news. Coming in. Breaking news. Oh, no. I apologize. Not that breaking. All right. Yes, I apologize, Adam. Cool name and all. Super marketability, but man, good luck to both you gentlemen. Good luck. All right, that was the early prelims. Now we're moving in to the prelims of the main card. Oh my God, everybody. I'm so freaking stoked. I'm just buying time because I really don't know how to say this guy's name either. Cameroon versus Switzerland. All right. Etaba. Gutierrez, and Robert Valentine. Yeah, man. This Cameroonian dude, he's like a miniature genetic wise. He kind of, not face wise, but his body looks like a slimmed down, medium version of Francis Ngannou, genetical wise. But yeah, I really feel like he's going to get it done. The Robert Valentin guy, Switzerland gentleman, Svitz, he's a little wild. I love to watch it because it's almost Viking berserker-ish with the tattoos. I think that's why my mind goes there. So, I mean, there is a possibility for this gentleman to, in some of the wild exchanges, clip and catch. But I feel like the overall athletic ability of Etaba. I'm so messing that up. I'm going to hear them say it. And I've watched multiple, videos on these guys. And so, I've heard them people say the name correctly, at least I think. And I still can't remember. Maybe that's my head trauma adding up. Remember, everyone, stay hydrated. Stay hydrated. Man, I've been so stoked watching the countdown to these. I just watched the most recent countdown. Yeah, I'll get into it once we get into the main card here. Whoa! Stoked. Yes, I believe Cameroonian gentleman's going to get this done. And, man, I feel like it might even be some kind of impressive, like, dude's going to come out wild, throwing freaking fireworks in dude's face. And he's going to, wade the storm and then find his entry. And it might be pretty impressive. Something for the highlights. I don't know. I'm just feeling that way. Middleweight bout. We'll see. All right, let's close this here window. And let's move in. All right. Francisco Prado versus, Nikolai Vertikanikov. I just feel like anytime you have a dude from Ukraine or Russia or any of those kind of places with that many letters in his name and that much cauliflower ear, he's probably going to get it done. And yes, I have picked him to get it done. And there's something about that Francisco Prado dude who looks like he's Drew Dober's Argentinian little brother or something. They have very similar, I don't know, G.I. Joe jaw or whatever you want to call that. I'm a child, I know. I really, man, there's something about Prado's, his size. It's only 5'10" versus 6'1". There's something about his body frame for this weight class. It's the problem is the space between the necks. Man, 155 to 170. Whatever. It's an argument I've had too many times before. Yes, I believe the Ukrainian gentleman will get this done, and it'll probably be pretty dominant, is what I'll say. All right. Let's keep it going. Oh, Marvin Vettori. Brendan Allen's going to get this done. I really feel like he's going to get this done. Vettori, tough guy. It's like, it's kind of the same way I feel like Costa. Like, they're tough. They can throw, not the most technical. They do have some shining points in their game. But, yeah. Both these guys are coming off a loss. I like the way the Italians talk, so that's cool about the Vettori. Very cool to watch him talk and his whole team of trainers and whatnot. Yeah, I just feel like one of the... Brendan Allen just has more tools. Not that Marvin Vettori is, he's a one-trick pony. The depth of knowledge everywhere from striking to, the submission game. Yeah. I feel like Vettori will be a little bit of a hot potato to handle during the first couple minutes, maybe the first round and a half, and then Brendan Allen will showcase that IQ, that his tool belt with more things hanging on it so he can get the job done. That's how I'm feeling about that middleweight bout. All right. Let's keep it going. Keep it going. Keep it going. Full steam. Too sweet to be sour to be what? All right, we got another Jesus. So many Jesus de Cristos on this one. Oh, hold on here. My computer's doing an update. I do apologize. All right, timing is everything. My computer's taking an update, but hey, whatever. I don't think you can see it, so I'm gonna see if I can keep on plunging along here. Yeah, Kyler Phillips. This is a bantamweight bout, and then it's Vinicius Oliveira. I really feel like the last card on the prelim. The Brazilian has double the fights, pretty much. That Kyler kid is coming off a loss, though. I watched that. He may be hungry and ready to get it done. I just feel like this opponent's going to be way too much. And let's look at the upside. He'll still have luscious locks when this is all over. It's Brazilians getting this one done. Full time action, everyone. All right, it's time, as Bruce Buffer would say. It's time. All right, Michael Johnson. Let me just say. Let me pull up here. There has been times when Mr. Michael Johnson has looked absolutely amazing. Like, he has beat people that maybe he should. Like, oh my God moments. He's had like several. Oh my God, this guy is great. The game is changing, and then he'll fight somebody less impressive and then lose to them, and not just lose to them, but get smoked. So I don't know if it's a mental thing, but I will say this guy has got some miles on him these days. I'm definitely picking the Zell Huber gentleman to get this done. And Michael, I feel like he's going to have moments during this fight, but just not enough of them. And he is going to be, I hate to use the word exposed because it sounds like, you know what I mean. But yeah, he's going to get exposed. But at times, Michael Johnson in his career, I'm not saying as of late, that's why my decision is what it is. Yeah, there's been times he looked like a world beater just 5-6 years ago. But man, not anymore. Good luck, guys. Good luck. As we get closer. Dun, 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 dun. Ooh, this is one that, man, this should have happened a long time ago, right? Pachiki Pitbull coming over from, another MMA giver of entertainment, if you will. And most times when people come over from another fight venue and they get a taste of the UFC's caliber of fighters, it's always like, oh, we thought that guy was good. I'm not saying Patricki's not good, but I am saying that Dan Ige is going to get this done. And I really feel like Patricki's, he's kind of good everywhere, which has got him this far, and he's had some impressive wins in the Bellator and all that. But Dan Ige is checking all the boxes of where he needs to be dominant to win this fight, and he has shown it multiple times. He's gonna get it done. Dan Ige. This might even be, I feel like, submission. Man. Second round. I see like an arm and head and arm choke, or I don't know, rear naked. I see it in its future. I see it. Pitbull's gonna lose. Dan Igue's gonna win. That's what's happening. Kevin Holland. I'm interested for this fight. I live in the DFW area now. Holland be representing DFW. D-Rod, and I used to live in Aurora, Colorado. That's kind of crazy. I believe Rodriguez has ties to the Colorado area, if I remember correctly. Welterweight. Kevin's going to win this one, everybody. But D-Rod has got he'll have moments. And physically, I feel like he's looking the best he's looked ever, which doesn't really mean anything. But I can tell his cardio looks a little tighter this time around. I've been watching him train. I've been watching Kevin Holland train too. And for whatever reason, and maybe they're just not showing him going hard because they don't want to give away some of the secrets or whatever that's going on. But, not a lot of footage of Kevin. And maybe that's intentional. I don't know. But it's, I still feel like Kevin's going to get this done, man. And it might be a decision if, I don't know, unless it's some crazy, flashy, spinning kick or keep up the middle that catches underneath the chin. I don't know. But I do know. I feel in my bones anyway. Anything can happen. It's a fight. I'll say it again. Kevin Holland's probably going to get this done, everyone. Get this done. Feeling like it's a deshish. All right. We got the guy. Paulo Costa. Once again. As far as like MMA fighters go, he appears to have the full package. He even got the look. Look at him, man. That's an attractive dude. But that don't mean shite when it comes to fighting, right? This Roman Gaplilov guy, I know I didn't say that right, but it was close, who looks almost like a child. Does not look like whatever. Except for the broken nose. He has a youthful look or something. I don't know. Maybe it's just the camera effect. Man, it even says Paulo Costa's 6'1" here. I know. Is he really? Yeah. Paulo Costa he'll have some shining moments. If he could manage his energy a little bit better in a fight, he would, I feel, do way better. If he comes out and he is being careful with his, his power gauge and saving those for when he really needs it, but he doesn't. He'll just start and then go full force until the bell rings, and then full force until the bell rings. And I mean, he's been successful before, but I feel like this Russian gentleman is going to see right through that and find his entries, and basically he's going to make Paulo look like he doesn't know what he's doing. I just feel that. I respect all the fighters, but I just feel like this could be a fight where we kind of feel sorry for Paulo Costa. Yeah. All right, y'all. It's coming. Okay, let's talk about some things. I'm gonna go like this. All right. Max Holloway, Dustin Poirier. Maxed, blessed Holloway. Dustin, diamonds are forever Poirier. Man, look. I love these two guys. I love them for multiple reasons. Who they are outside the cage. Definitely how they represent themselves inside the cage. There's multiple factors going on here, though. And let's talk about it. All right. This is Dustin's retirement fight, and he has talked about it. And there is something to be said about when a fighter is ready to retire. some kind of mental switch is flipped, and it's never good. It's never good. I feel like, man, I want to see both these guys win. Let me say that. I really, really do. If we could have some kind of picture perfect Rocky moment where they both exchange hits to the chin and then they both get kind of a flash TKO and then they have to crawl their way up and they high five it and it's just a tie. That's not how this works though. It's not how this works. And nobody wants a draw for the bad motherfucker belt. Oh, man. Okay. We've got also the fact, there's so many things. Dustin has beaten Max on 2 occasions, okay? And there has never been a UFC fighter that has basically, okay, there's some asterisks, and maybe only one. Anytime a UFC fighter has been beaten twice and then faced that opponent again, it's never been a third time. So there's that. Yeah, you can talk about Izzy and Pereira, but that was, not all UFC. We're talking a kickboxing career, and, that's a totally different rule set and whatever. But, yeah, that's never been done. There's never been anyone to do it 3 times against the same opponent. Yeah, Dustin was Max's first fight. It's so crazy. And then on their second fight, he took away his 13 win streaks. Okay, then let's talk about Max. Max, his entire career, he's lost some, and not a lot. Man, let me go ahead and just bring up their stats here, and we'll put me in there and then there and whatever. All right. Damn, I'm so torn on this, everyone. Man, I don't even want to say what my true pick brain. I think Max is going to win this fight. I want them both to win. But if I had to make a decision, like if I had this magical wand and I could go, boom, this is who it is. Dustin is retiring, so it would be cool for him to go out on a win because that's, right off in the sunset, and I feel like he should. Plus, Max is going to be fighting more, so, God, dog. Max is focused on the future. Poirier is focused on the future outside of fighting. That's a thing. As far as I feel like that's going to affect the performance Saturday night. However, Max is coming off of his first knockout. Like Ilya, firework, put him to sleep. Not moving on the canvas. And this is his first fight back. We don't know how that's going to affect said performance. Max has never had to deal with that before. I don't necessarily feel like the damage is still lingering, but there is something to be said. Max has 26 fights, 8 losses. The chin kind of whittles down over time, and once it has been totally, you've been totally knocked out, sometimes that's just it. I think about people like Chuck Liddell who had, chin, can't put me to sleep. And then once he finally got that big knockout, shut his lights off, then it was just easier to shut his lights off again. Are we going to be dealing with a situation like that on Saturday night with Max? I hope not, because I love Max. Damn, everybody. Still, I am overwhelmed with emotion and anxiety, and dude, I am probably gonna cry regardless of who wins or loses this fight. Oh man, especially when Dustin lays his gloves in the ring and does the whole retirement thing, because you know they probably got some kind of crazy montage. I just hope they better not show that before they fight. It better be after or something, because that's going to get into Poirier's head. Oh my God. You know, I was listening to the MMA guru talk about this fight, and he was saying how because of how much they respect each other so much, you know, are they really going to go for the kill on each other? Or is it going to be one of those, oh, I caught you, and I'm pointing, and now let's point in the center, and then, oh, I got you, and then, you know, damn. I don't know, but I am so ready for this. I am so freaking ready for this. Oh, my God. Good luck to everybody on this card. Man, I can't tell you. I'm inundated with emotional distress. Ooh, 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 ooh. Saturday night we find out who's the best. And that's not even for me to sing. We find out who's the best. You know, they have both been the best in their time. Hall of Famers, of course, both of them. And what a career! Let me say thank you to both of these guys. Thank you so very much for everything that you have provided, the story, the fights. Oh, man. I have jumped with joy and adulation multiple times, screaming when these dudes are fighting, because it's so impressive. It's just, you know, if you love fighting like the hardcore fans do, it is, especially if you've watched it for multiple years, like I've been watching it and, you know, invested for so long into this stuff. It really is artwork, especially when you have tacticians of the game, whatever it may be, if it's stand-up, if it's clinch work, if it's the jiu-jitsu or just wrestling dominance. When you have high-caliber athletes that are in there man dancing and woman dancing, man, it's artwork. And I really appreciate all of their super impressive demonstrations of physical artwork. I think it's Joe Rogan talks about high stakes chess. That's what's going on here. And I'm the best boxer in the UFC. That's a horrible Hawaiian accent. How's it, brah? How's it, C-stop? How's it? That's all I got. Yeah, man. Today is Wednesday. Today is Wednesday the 16th. This happens in 3 days on Saturday. I wanted to get this out. I usually wait till like Friday to put this up, but man, I wanted to go ahead and put the energy out there. It's gonna be amazing. I'm so ready. I'll probably put up another video as usual, as per the usual, on Friday. Yeah. Just because that's one of my better days to post and all that good stuff. And it's going to be my normally, what's the word am I looking for? My normal subject matter, if you will. Oh my God. Every time I think about this, man, I'm sweating right now. I'm freaking sweating over this. All right, y'all, I'm going to dip. Dick's going to dip. These are Dick's picks for arguably one of the best UFCs ever. And it's that main card. I mean, it's all super impressive. And thank you for everyone's sacrifice and hard work and everything. But man, all right, I'm going to go. I got stuff to do. Good news is I'm working out again. Yeah. I've had like 4 workouts since my back procedure. So super stoked. I'm going to try to do that again today. But I'm taking it easy. Remind myself, working myself back into the things. Nobody cares. All right, y'all. I love you. Thank you so very much for tuning in. I don't get a lot of views on these, but it's whatever. I love it. I love to talk about it. I could talk about it forever. I kind of wish I had somebody else to go back and forth with, and we could talk about details and whatnot. We'll get there. We'll get there. Coming soon to the Dictate Today channel, coming near you. All right. Remember, I say this every time. Spread your love. Share your knowledge. And in doing so, it'll help you take your day. Dick's gonna dip. I see you wanna flip. I was gonna play some music to get us out, but I'm just gonna say, I love you. I'll see you later. I'm so freaking excited. UFC 318. Let's go!